So imagine that you're playing chess, cosmic chess, galactic chess, universal chess, whatever higher dimensional chess you resonate with. Doesn't have to be chess, it can be another game, a 3-player game, whatever. But there's 3 people playing this game. And you've got the asshole over here on the right, the asshole on the left. And both of them have fucked you over time and time and time again. But what you need is time. You have to build up your board. You have to strategically move things around. You have to awaken more pieces. You need to position more pieces. You need to lay out your foundation and your strategy. So, what is the best way? Like, even if you could deliver the unaliving to this guy over here, you have the power to end it right now. But that still leaves you a little bit unprepared to deal with the guy on the left. The smart thing to do is not to take out the guy on the right. It's to let them fight each other while you build up your board. That strategy allows you to position yourself in a favorable situation. It allows you to build up your troops. It allows you to awaken and promote more pieces, spiritually speaking. It allows you the freedom to head into the battle against the winner between them. Because assuming that they just deal with each other and weaken each other, then you swoop in and take the victory, right? We are the player that's building our ranks, the Divine Collective. Not entirely under the radar. They know we're here, but they don't know what we're doing. They can't predict what we're doing. They're too distracted trying to control the situation. In Spirit's guidance right now, their act of catching the blade before we could swing wasn't a ceasefire. It was telling us to pick our moment wisely, to let them fight amongst themselves while we continue to grow and build, while we continue to gain dominance of the field. And like we've been talking about this entire time, Spirit doesn't have to share the entire plan with us. We only need to know one step at a time. They don't have to tell us anything. All we need to do is know when to jump, know when to act. So to all of the people thinking like, well, why hasn't this been solved yet? Why hasn't this issue been dealt with already? Because they're still fighting amongst themselves while we are building ourselves an army. I think that's why. We are promoting units. We are building battalions. We are defending the walls. While they struggle for dominance and control. And by the time they realize what's happening, it'll be way too late. I've been confused all day. Why Spirit? Well, I'm getting another message right now. Maybe counter to the point I was about to make. I was about to say, why would Spirit spare an enemy? Why would Spirit spare someone that is not only damaging the mission, but actively causing harm? And I think the answer is not just that they're still fighting with each other, and therefore we get time to build up. But it's also that in both of those armies, the one on the right and the one on the left, on this proverbial game board, there are white hats that are actually on our side. Sleeper agents. People that don't know, necessarily, that they're one of us yet. that haven't awakened yet, or are in the process of it, or are covert and trying to help from the inside. Right now I'm getting that those are the people who can make it to the underground. You know how we saw the brick red path in the basement floor, the underground basement, not the basement, but the one that's 2 levels under. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. What do the people that qualify as 1%ers do with a bunch of people that have been shuffled into the underground? There's only one thing that happens there. I think that there's people there, chills. I think that there's people there yet to be liberated. That spirit needs us to wait to swing the sword, because there's people that still need to be saved. There's people that still need to finish awakening on either side. Because divine timing is about everything coming together in perfect sync, right? And in order for things to sync up, we can't swing the sword yet. But that day will come. And when it's time to stand up, we'll know. And it won't be something that we have to gain the momentum for. It's not something that we're going to have to jump up and spur people and stir them together and be like, come on, we have to do this. It's not going to be a rallying cry, because everybody will just stand. It's those unspoken moments of power. When someone rallies, when many someones rally behind a person or a movement, it's almost never because a big speech happened. It's because one person stands, and then the next person stands, and they don't say a word, but their energy, it clicks. And then it's the entire crowd, and then it's the world, and nobody said a word. Because it was time. And the energy took momentum and grew. And these echoes have been building. The ascension waves have been compounding. The amount of people awakening has been growing exponentially. And it cannot be denied. But they don't know the scope of it yet. They can't. They can't possibly know the scope of it yet. And that's why it's going to blindside them. That's why they have us hidden in plain sight like this. And that's why things haven't happened yet. Because the revolution, the momentum, it's gaining. And when it's time, we won't need a word. We won't need a speech. The blade will just swing. Because we all acted in unison, without planning. Because that is Spirit's will. Something so solid will just come totally out of the blue. And in this proverbial game of chess, they didn't know there was a third player. They just thought it was right versus left, red versus blue, white versus black, rich versus poor. They did not see a third team on the field. Focus. You'll know what to do. I think you might already. Do not lose hope. or faith because you haven't seen something yet. Past events cannot predict